Hey guys, it's been a while. What's going on? Thanks for clicking on play. And if you haven't already, click like and subscribe. Help me grow. Alright, so it's 2020. And I know a lot of people set resolutions and they make promises to be this, next level human being. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. We are supposed to grow. So yeah, definitely set your goals. Achieve them would be great. Take small steps if you have to, but whatever it is that you think you need to do to improve yourself, do it. Don't let these negative, no focus, no goal, no plan type people hold you back, The worst thing we can do as human beings out here is refuse to grow. Especially if you're trying to be in relationships, And that's what I want to talk about today is our victimization perspective when it comes to being in a relationship. Now, a lot of people these days, they've got narcissistic tendencies, They're delusional in thinking they're more important than they are, and their things matter to them more than other people's needs. So you run into some difficulties. And we got a lot of people out here as well that are so damaged from the past mistakes that they've made, and so now they come into new relationships automatically berating the next person like, I'm not going to put up with this, I'm not going to do this, and you're just setting off all my flags, I'm just not dealing with it. And then you're killing relationships before they even get started just because you're carrying damage from your last relationship. So just a little advice, you guys. Toughen up. What we got to do is understand we didn't come into a bad relationship without us having some form of responsibility for that choice. Instead of worrying about what damage was done or what pain was caused, don't focus on that. That's just the consequence of your actions. That's it. Okay, yes, it hurt. But don't cry about it for years. It's not the end of the world, and not all people are going to treat you the way that person has treated you unless you refuse to grow. And what I mean by grow is change how you behave, change how you react to situations. So let's say, case in point, I made a post not that long ago about single moms. We got to take accountability for why we are single moms. That's not to say I blame all mothers for being single mothers. That's stupid. What I'm saying is, we women have unless we're raped, we have the choice of who we lay down and have unprotected sex with, and therefore make children and actually give birth to those children. That was all our choice. It was a series of choices that made you a mother. So yes, you do have to take accountability for where you went wrong. So before you got pregnant, if he was so perfect, great. But, and this is a big but, you still have accountability because you never delved into how he felt about having children, and yet you were having unprotected sex. When you assume that someone loves you as much as you love them, and you don't question them, you don't communicate with them, then you will find yourself in those situations where you're left raising children on your own. You can be someone that was like me, and you saw it with your own eyes that he really was not that involved with his other children. They lived so far away. I just figured just because they lived so far away. No, he's just a piece of shit. I don't blame her for moving so far away. Oh my God, it's a nightmare trying to co-parent with this person. So I get it. I have to take accountability for my desire and thinking that I'm oh so awesome and wonderful that I could show this person what real stability was, what love was. I could invest in him, and that would help his confidence, and he could prosper. No. Had he been a normal person, yeah, that probably would have worked out really well for me. But I chose someone who was too damaged and refused to personally grow, so there's no changing the mindset. I've known this person now 15 years, and his mindset is exactly the same as it was the day I met him, and that's pretty fucking pitiful, okay? You should not keep the same mindset that you had even 2 years ago. You should be taking every experience you encounter in this world and not just play the victim. Be accountable for how you got in that situation. It's not blaming. Accountability is not blame. Accountability is taking ownership for your part in what happens in your life. None of us here are in shackles and are being made to live a certain life. We are making free will choices. So when we make mistakes and we get hurt by that, we have to stop being the victim and learn how to be the victor. And you do that by taking accountability. Yes, you may have gotten with Satan's right nutsack. I feel the same way about mine as well, but I still don't allow him to take the full burden of that bullshit, because I have a lot to do with that. I continually let that in my life. For some reason, for many years, I felt responsible for that person's well-being. I felt like I was abandoning someone who needed the unconditional love and the education that he never had. But you have to understand, not everyone is here to grow. Not everyone is here to shower another person with love. Not everyone here is about having a family. So it is on us, the woman, to ask the pertinent questions, to pay attention to our female intuition, to pay attention to those red flags. And I'm not talking about the red flags where, oh, every man cheats. And who cares? I'm not talking about cheating. I'm talking about how they treat you. Are they providers? Are they reliable? Do they see things through? Are they able to be communicated with in a fairly easy manner? Are they honest? Are they someone who has aspirations that could include a family? Those are things that we have to pay attention to. And instead of just being like, oh, but he's so cute, or oh, she's so fine. Our looks fade, babes. We get old. You need to focus on the important aspects of who you're dealing with. So when you find out that you don't work out well together, and, you know, fireworks have gone all to hell and have caught the shit on fire, let it loose, okay? Let them go, but don't hold on to that animosity. Don't hold on to that victimization role, because you're not a victim. You made it out alive. Even if you're displaced and in a hard fucking way to go because you cut that tie, doesn't matter. You still have your life to live. You have an opportunity to learn where you went wrong, and you have an opportunity to spend some time with yourself and find out what it is you lack in your life and how you can get it to where it's you giving it to yourself and not someone else. You shouldn't rely on a partner to give you anything but company. That's just all it is. When we start relying on other people to show us love when we're not showing it to ourselves, you're going to run into a problem, because anyone's going to be able to pick up on the fact that you don't love yourself as much as you want them to love you, and they're going to take advantage of that. Those are the ones that are going to go around and disappoint you. Those are the people that are going to go around and abuse you. So you got to let go of that victim role. If you know you are worthy, it'll show. And you won't have to pick the first turd that comes walking around inviting himself in your life, okay? You can take some time to be alone and find something that is solid and something that is going to meet your expectations. But the last thing you need to do is sit and stew in anything that somebody's done to you. If it's, take a couple of minutes and then let it go, honey. Go be fabulous. Like, when you figure out not everyone you meet is supposed to stay in your life, and just, okay, your season is done. Let's go see what's next. Take that approach. When you start thinking about the negativity of that situation you were just in or that you're getting out of right now, don't sit and simmer in it. Focus on what positives you want to come next. And then make sure you go that direction. Don't hold yourself back. Don't keep running back. People don't change like that. If they're that toxic and they're that negative, that takes years of self-work. And unless you're a licensed psychologist, honey, that's not your job. Go live your life and let them figure out what the hell to do with theirs. I promise you, it's good advice. You should take it.